code.
Yeah,
She was.
we have. We didn't even.
This half of the council was all here and ready to go.
Let the record show. Huh?
Like, do we really care?
Oh, gosh.
The
One
hell
of
is
those
this?
meetings. This is not good. And Delane isn't going to be here, so
Right.
get the one you can.
Okay, Delaine's not going to be here tonight, so we're ready to go. Any citizens or public comments?
We don't have any citizens.
Yeah, pretty calm.
Oh, I resent
Welcome,
that.
welcome.
I'm a citizen.
Approval of the agenda, item 4.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Roll call.
Star.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Boy, that was quick. Consider the approval of the minutes of the January 25 and 28 and the February 4 meetings. Any discussion? Do we have a motion?
So moved, Your Honor. Second.
Roll call.
Yeager.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Item 6, consider the approval of the consent calendar. Discussion? We have a motion.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Roll call.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Yeager.
The mayor has no business. So, any petitions, public hearings, or communications?
Awards and requests.
Pardon?
Awards and requests.
He's slacking, isn't he, Ralph?
Okay, item 9. Consider the resolution of 5.5-16 approving proposed plans, specs, and contract and notice of hearings to the bidders for the Charles City Housing Handrail Project. Heidi?
Heidi Nielsen, the Housing Director. This is one of our famous projects that you've heard from at least 3 times before, so hopefully this is going to be a successful bidding. We have the plans prepared, and the project, which involves installation and replacement of all the handrails at North Cedar Terrace, South Cedar Terrace, and Morningside apartments, and any of the cement work or anything that's related to the project. This is the 3rd time that we're bidding this project. The first time we received no bids, and the second time we did receive a bid, but it was substantially higher, so we did reject that bid. We are working with Wagner and Weiniger Architects, and they're thinking that this time of year would be a better time to go out for bid for the project, so that everyone has a chance to bid before they fill up their summer schedule. The bids would be due on March 10th, and the planned award date is March 21st, which would also be the date for the public hearing. The Capital Improvement Fund, the 2014 and 2015 Improvement Fund, has been budgeted to cover the costs of the project.
Any further discussion?
I was gonna say, as you discussed the last time when this was first split up, it was practically summer, wasn't it, when it was bid out, and that's you only got the one bid. Just was not favorable for
No.
the season, as you said, because their schedules were really already filled up. So now, hopefully, with the timing of this bidding, the contractors will be able to plan a little bit and maybe get it into their agendas and possibly get some competing bids on it.
That's our hopes.
I'd so move.
Se-
Roll call.
Malero.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eddie. 9B, consideration of resolution 6-16 approving the proposed plans, specs, and contract and notice of hearing, excuse me, to bidders for the 2016 sanitary sewer lining project. Discussion, Steve?
Yeah, John Fallis, I guess, first to note, John Fallis was back in the office today.
I heard
working
that.
a few
That's
hours,
great.
so he's working his way back in. And so he has been working from home a little bit as he's recovering, and he's been working on putting together this the slip line projects, and John is we budgeted in fiscal year 17 to do about $220,000 in slip lining projects. This particular part of it will be about $190,000, I believe. And we'd like the council to set the public hearing, set hearing and letting dates for March 7th, or I'm sorry, playing date is March 4th at 2 p.m. And we like to have the hearing planned for March 7th at 7 p.m. so we can execute contracts on March 21st, council meeting, and get the projects bid and ready for the season.
Okay, and this is all, we got all this budgeted, I'm assuming?
Right, we've got about 5,500 lineal feet of 12-inch sanitary sewer in the northwest part of Charles City, is what we're going to be looking at doing, plus an additional 660 feet of 18-inch main in and around the O'Reilly's Auto Parts area there. So that's actually the additional about 30,000. So this thing total is about 220 is what we're estimating.
What's some of that around O'Reilly's? Is that with Zoetis?
Yes, yep. The 18-inch main, we are actually doing cost share with Zoetis on that. So
Okay.
they wanted to do some lining work over there, and since we usually have to pay for that 100%, we were happy to do 50/50. So
Yep. Any questions or discussions?
It's so move.
Second.
Roll call?
Star.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
All right, items 9C, setting a date for public hearing for the budget.
In front of you, you have a summary that kind of, in your package, you got the certification page, which is the front page that outlines the levy.
Right.
The piece of paper that's in front of you it kind of shows down between the general fund, special revenues, the TIF, debt service, and then it's a breakdown along the side then on all the revenues and the expenses between all of the programs, the public safety, public works, and all of that. So that's just a little bit more detail on which funds and where everything's coming out of. The levy ended up coming out, it's just a little over 16, which is about, what, 20-cent increase, Steve, from
Yep.
last year, roughly?
20 cents, say 21.
Right. So this would set the public hearing for the 7th because budgets are due by the 15th. So we have to get it done on the 7th. So I need to be able to publish notice on that. Don't if
Well,
there's
I know
any
we've been,
other question on
Dealing with this pretty heavy for a couple of months. Any more discussion or questions about it?
Challenging budget year with our evaluations being what they were, but I think all in all, I think we did a fine job, and it's always nice to be done with the budgeting process for another year.
Well, I think on behalf of the council, I'd like to thank Steve and the staff, because I know it's been a long duration to get that done and get it down to where it was acceptable, and we appreciate your hard work on it. Any further discussion? Ralph? Oh, I thought you were raising your hand. Pardon me, I seen you move, Ralph.
You just seem to get involved there. Budget seems like the right place to get involved there.
So moved, Your Honor.
Second.
Roll call.
Yeager.
Aye.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Item 9D, consider resolution 7-16, approving the liability coverage of police officer personal weapons used on duty. We discussed this at our discussion meeting last week. So any further discussion on this?
Yeah. Just to recap what we're talking about here, Chief Anderson had mentioned that there's several police officers that use their own personal weapon on duty. And so one of the questions was raised was, if you use your personal weapon while you're on duty, are you covered under the city's liability insurance? And our general conclusion was yes, probably, but to verify, we called our insurance agent, Bob Ingram, and he said that, in fact, we certainly are. And just to document that and make sure that it's known, we thought, well, let's just pass a resolution that reiterates that we formally recognize that, personal weapon used during the course of duty would be covered under the city's liability. So that's what the resolution is you have before you, is approving that liability coverage.
And it isn't simply that they can just use any of their own personal gun they want. There's, as we discussed in our planning session, there are certain requirements, certain specs. It's just that they purchased it as opposed to maybe the city purchased it.
That's
So-
correct.
And it's any personal legal weapon.
Correct.
I bumped into Mr. Ingram last night in between euchre games, and we discussed it, and just as you stated, that sounds like a legitimate deal.
Good.
Any further discussion?
I think it's a fine thing that they bring their weapons, the ones they're comfortable with, and good quality like that. I would so move.
Second.
Roll call.
Hammond.
Aye.
Malero.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Yeager.
Aye. Okay, under 9B, 9E, there is no 9E, so we're down to other business.
Very good, very astute of you.
I knew you would look at that. Any miscellaneous correspondence?
Well, you do have a letter in front of you.
No, no, I didn't read it all.
You take a look at that. We give you a copy of that. Other than that, none.
I think you can read the letter in front of us. and-
I'm very supportive of this letter.
Well, there's no action needed on it.
Will our city administrator respond to that appropriately?
I don't know that there's a return address or
I
anything
don't
on
think,
there.
no, I don't think it's necessary.
No.
I think it was just more of a sharing of information.
Thank you.
But,
We thanks for the input.
I think even though that came oddly, the feedback is important for us to look at what's out there and being discussed, so
Absolutely.
glad it happened.
All right, thank you. Attorney's report?
Nothing other than to say that we probably will have a better chance to test our dog ordinance as the weather warms up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The city clerk's report.
You're so naughty. Planning session will be on Monday, the 22nd at 7 o'clock.
22nd of April or May or what?
Whatever month you want.
I'm not sure what's going on that end of the.
It's just sassy.
We're holding down the fort down here.
You just handle that. Anything else, Judy?
No, that's it.
Steve? City administrator?
Yeah, just wanted to mention that I put a copy of this on your desk tonight. We officially got word today that we got certified as a Star Community. So we got word today from Star Communities. This is a project that we've been working on, that I've been working on since before I started here, to be honestly. And basically what STAR is it's a community ranking system to rank sustainability and livability and all those different type of aspects of quality of life. And we started in with this to use it as maybe as kind of a guide for building a sustainability plan or thereabouts. But what we're able to now do, now that we're a STAR community, is use this to leverage for, to kind of make this something, where communities has that little extra that's different than maybe some of the others when it comes to, various projects and applications. But, as we work through our comprehensive plan, now we'll have these sustainability type measures and metrics in place to utilize and put into that plan. And we've done a number of different projects, really a lot of neat things in town, and now we have more of a structure to know what we can do at next moving forward. So it's pretty exciting. We're the first community our size to get accepted by STAR. This is a national program. We're the first community under the size of 22,000. So that we're the fourth community in the state of Iowa. Des Moines and Davenport were pilot communities. Dubuque came on shortly after that. We all know their sustainability prowess, and so we're the fourth community. And I know Iowa City, and there's about 4 or 5 other ones in Iowa that are currently working on it. But we're the fourth one to get approved. So pretty exciting stuff. Thanks to Tom Brownlow, who started this application, Eric Isaacs, who worked with it, and especially Jake Johnson. He's really putting a lot of time and effort into gathering all this information, working with all the different department heads and community leaders, and everybody's been great about getting information into us to really make this happen, so it was no small task, so.
Well, it doesn't have any big financial bang, but it does indirectly, because it's nice to have on a resume when we go forward.
Absolutely.
And you guys have all did a great job in getting that, and as you say, we're the smallest city in the nation to have that, and that's
Oh,
good.
That was my goal. That was, to be the first small town to get accredited. I'm glad we made it. Once everything becomes official, you'll be able to go to the Star Communities website and look at the scoring for the city and see how we're involved and see how we fared in different areas. So there's 3 different levels: 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. We're the entry level of 3-star, and you had to have 200 points, and we had 217.
0.4.
0.4 when it came down to it, so.
How many points to reach the next level then, Steve?
The next level is over 300. I'm sorry, over 350. Once you're 350 to 500, you're a 4-star.
It's nice to be a 3-star town.
Yeah,
It is good to be a
if I was
three-star
if I was remembering correctly, we talked about this last year. To get from a 3-star to a 4-star for us is almost impossible based on the criteria. Isn't that correct? I mean,
I think it would- I think
our
it-
size of town.
I think it would be difficult. There's a lot of things in this program that, they're built for larger communities. And so I think in a lot of respects that we're kind of helping them mold a small town model. There's Dubuque is a 4-star. Des Moines is a 3-star. And I think Davenport is a 3-star. So
I think there's a lot of amenities that had to be offered, and something that we just couldn't sustain. We couldn't do it.
there's still things out there that, that actually I see us already working on that we could potentially use down the road. Because in 3 years, we'll have to look at if we want to apply again and see where we are. And if we can build on that, we might be able to get to a 4-star. But I think for where we're at, the size of the community we are, being a 3-star is a fantastic
Great.
accomplishment.
Will
So
we be getting appropriate signage and things like that?
we will, yes.
Thank
How
you
about-
all for all the hard work.
We have a release on this too, since I don't see any media in the crowd.
Yeah, once Star gets our official approval, which
Okay.
I gave them this afternoon, then we'll start the wheels on that. And
Okay.
we'll see more on that, so. Additionally, other good news, as I emailed this out the other day, we did receive another federal our USDA grant for the RCPP program, where the city is working with 15 other different agencies to do the watershed project north of town to put in various types of water quality, water quantity, and soil improvement type practices, including bioswales, cover crops, things of that nature. And so the city and our partners, we were awarded the $2 million that we requested, and so that'll go towards the almost $2 million in match that we have locally for existing projects, and in-kind match. The city's match is in-kind. And so we'll be looking to implement some sustainable practices that, in the end, I think will benefit us in numerous ways, and maybe most importantly, dealing with the nutrient reduction strategy and how we're going to meet those tests. And this might be another way for us to help meet those end results that we need to be at. So another project that was very exciting to hear the news on that. So we'll be seeing, that'll be coming together as we work towards getting all that in place. That project itself will probably be kicking off sometime in August, I would guess. So Cedar Rapids got one last year, and they started theirs around August of this current year. So that should be about the time frame for that. So
Does this have a flood, trying to reduce flooding part to it?
right, that's
That's
part
the
of
main
it,
thing,
you know.
isn't it?
Yeah, anything,
Okay.
that's part of the water quantity aspect. If you can do buffer zones and the different types of things to slow water down and help it to sink into the ground before it makes it to the river, it's going to benefit us and to reduce water coming down the river our way.
And that could be a huge thing if it prevents
huge
floods in
thing.
Charles City.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's gonna
That's
take-
all.
Becoming most important and becoming more and more important. That's it?
That's all I have.
Any board, commission, committee reports? Anybody want to adjourn, or you want to sit here all night?
I'd so move.
Second?
You don't need a roll call on that, right? Move
All
it,
in favor, say aye.
we adjourn.
I guess I.
Okay.
They get a
your
new, they get a new
Put
gavel
your
up
big
there?
gavel
That thing's
away.
huge.
She will be coming
Oh,
to
boy.
the
Wasn't she
March
just here?
7th meeting.
Like she was just here.
Seems like it, doesn't it? But I wanted you to